Welcome back to another podcast episode of These Nuts and Your Fucking White
That's way too
Caucasian
far away.
Ass. We can't be sitting the same. No? Welcome back to another episode of The Drive. I am Bakari.
I'm Hidden Jewels.
So when I don't say yours truly, Bakari, now you want to say I'm Hidden Jewels? Alright, bitch ass nigga, that's cool.
I can change it up if I want.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about... How do you start the conversation? Because I know what I want to talk about. Okay, wait. Before we say friend.
Yeah,
what are the
stretch.
guidelines to
That's
being a friend?
That's a stretch. You ever know someone
Okay.
that feels like they know you?
Like they, okay. Let's start over. If you're in a situation where you're a creative, the people you hang around are creatives, and then there's this outlier that doesn't quite have their own stick or their own gimmick or their own, I guess, passion, and they start siphoning from what you have going on, what this person has going on, just getting inspired by people and trying to make it all one, and it's very noticeable. How do you tell that person that they're doing that? Because I don't know if they're aware of it. Like, I don't know. Do you think this person is aware of it?
I feel like if you're taking aspects of different people's personalities and trying to like pass it off as your own, you have to be aware that you're doing that in some capacity, even if it's there's a lot of shit that we subconsciously are aware of where it's just like one of those things, like it's in the back of your head. So you know, but you're not acknowledging it because your ego, ultimately.
But then I think they think they're doing it so, like taking so small amounts from each person that they think it's authentic or genuine themselves. I feel like they bite off more they can chew, and then they try to be good at everything but end up not being good at anything.
Well, yeah, because what is it called? Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not a jack of all trades if you're not actually doing it. And certain people might have analysis paralysis, which is where you overthink all of the work and everything that it takes to start doing it, and you talk it up so much that when it comes time to actually do it, you're like, you literally psyched yourself out. So that happens. And then like if I was making just 8-bar loop tracks and not trying to like flesh anything out to like a full beat, and then I would just like post the 8-bar loop that I had only, and that's it. And that's like, and then I got some like, you know, caption under it that's like working on a project or some shit like that.
So my thing is, how do you address the situation, I guess, without sounding like a hater or bitter?
Well,
I feel like they have to be aware of it.
you have to pull up the Carfax and give them examples.
Right now it sounds like I care, but honestly, it's just more,
It's interesting for sure.
it's annoying. Because they'll watch what you do, they'll pick up small tidbits, and then you could, oh shit, I just dripped on myself.
Try and incorporate it
Yeah.
in themselves. Yeah, and like, yeah, I get that.
So then it just becomes annoying. Like, what are you doing? Right. Especially when you try to support the person. When they had their thing going, you're like, okay, I'll support. I'll
support you, yeah.
And then when they bite off more than they can chew by thinking they're, how do you say it? Renaissance men or fucking,
Yeah.
like they champion it. They be like, oh yeah, I'm doing
Championing
this.
something that you don't know a lot about is insane.
Okay, let's talk about begging for attention. How do you, okay, because this is a thin line between just trying to get your shit out there
Yeah.
and literally just caring so much about the attention that you have. So like, for example, with the drive, we just want to see how it authentically grows over time. And full disclaimer or full disclosure, all that, I don't think I'm necessarily better than anybody else. I don't care if people care enough to tune in or what. I feel like the people that do tune in just genuinely either know us or want to know who we are or how we carry ourselves.
A big part of this podcast too is like showing our growth. So there's gonna be tidbits where you see like studio sessions and you see like what we're doing on the music side, and not just like talking all the time. It's not gonna be like regular ass like.
We'll be able to in real time see the growth. Be like, okay, this is what we did last time. This is what we did last time. I'm proud of the fact that we're still. I'm so excited for the continuity, the consistency, the just seeing what we're doing different. Like for example, I have New York coming up, so there's gonna be there's gonna be clips and whatever content from that in the next video. So I'm gonna be like, okay, we were talking about this. This is how we executed. This is what we did. Small things like that. Like for example, our show. Like we somehow, some way will incorporate putting our shows, clips, and turnouts, and seeing the difference between starting out and to wherever it goes. Like no one tells the future, but it's always cool to have something to look back on in the past.
And shit to look forward to.
Yeah, that.
And trying to actively make it happen in that way where it's like you're gonna
This
have
is not
shit
what
to
I
look
ordered.
forward to. The fuck, Wendy's?
Y'all
Y'all be handing people the wrong shit all the time. You ordered a salad?
No, it's not shit.
I was like,
but I didn't order this.
no lie though, they like if you get like a 4 for $4, they could fuck your shit up quick. They don't even got those no more. What is it,
It's
Biggie
a
bag?
Biggie bag, yeah. They was like,
And it's not even $5 now, it's $6. What the fuck is that, Wendy's?
Dry. Fuck too.
Black ass sandwich.
That shit was
nigga.
dry.
McDonald's disappeared. This is a McDonald's podcast anyway.
I don't know what I was thinking. That's my fault. I was rushing.
They
Back to
looked
our
out when
topic.
no one had us.
Hey. Back to our topic. What the fuck? No, they didn't.
McDonald's?
No, the fuck they did. Look out for shit. Yeah. So how do you address, like, I guess, put in the comments or dude? Why don't niggas comment on our shit yet?
What's up with the comments? We need. This is the issue that we're having with some of y'all is like, or anyone that's watching this. We need feedback. If a clip is happening for too long, if
We don't. Okay.
we're
my
not,
thing
if
is,
we're
I
losing
don't
you
care,
in some way.
I don't care about negative comments. Put negative comments. I have a sense of humor. I want to laugh.
That
say,
too.
You
that
niggas
too.
are boring.
You can talk
What are
shit
you
about
guys
us.
doing?
Yeah. That as well.
Today we decided to take a scenic route. We're outside of the car. So today we are at a abandoned tennis court. Also has an abandoned pool. So fuck you bitch ass niggas. You ever just draw a blank in the middle of trying to do something? It's annoying.
If you want to have sex with me, comment down below.
What makes us different? What makes us unique? Why should people tune in to AM? Or Jules or Bakari? Like why should people be interested in it?
Because the visual world is just as exciting as the audio world, and you're gonna hear shit that you haven't heard before in terms of sound wise. You're not gonna be able to listen to our music and be like, oh yeah, this sounds like this person, or this sounds like that person, or it's giving this. You're not gonna be able to do that. So it's gonna keep you intrigued for that reason.
You wanna know something funny?
We're hands-on with everything.
I've worked my whole life unconsciously trying to be
Yourself.
the poster boy. No, nigga, shut up. I'm talking. Trying to be the poster boy for R&B. Like I took notes. I took the dancing. I was listening to the style of music, everything. And then I realized R&B niggas don't even want to be in R&B. Like R&B niggas want to rap. R&B niggas want to.
I want to do everything but
and
sing.
do all. Yeah, and it's so interesting because I start taking things. I'm like, what happened to?
They don't
writing a
exist no
song
more. That shit
about
ain't
a
thing.
woman.
If an R&B nigga was on that type of time on the internet, niggas are gonna make fun of him.
Exactly, and on top of that, the
You
people
kind of
that
have to be hard.
the people that execute it correctly are anomalies, like the Chris Browns of the world.
Yes, but see, Chris Brown followed Bobby Brown's footsteps in a way, where he was just like very, very insanely talented, but also able to like, you know, get arrested and get a DUI. And that appeal more than it like takes away from your image. A lot of people, if you were like, I don't know, because R&B isn't like a genre that necessarily promotes any negative or like shit or violence at all. So it's kind of
It
like
is now though. It's
that
niggas singing
isn't
about
killing niggas.
it's niggas singing about.
That's crazy.
Up this 40 on your bitch ass. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Like, what? Like, what? All of my music up to date, and I think for the foreseeable future, is about women.
Yeah. That's the inspiration. You know
That's what I thought R&B was. So I'm so in that, and
you can expect some traditional R&B from us in terms of style,
in terms
content.
of the origin of R&B, like the
Yeah, like where it comes from. Same shit with like rapping. I be barring up. I don't just be like talking about no bullshit. So it's kind of like, not only is the production being handled by me, and we have an engineer that helps out a lot with the production as well, we also are hands-on with everything.
Got the keys, whatever you need. His tag is fire to me. I don't know.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
It sounds like an industry tag. Like you could hear it on the radio.
My excitement when it comes to all this is how Let me restart that. Cut that part. My excitement with everything we're doing is how natural things are coming to us. Like the connections we've made, the networking. Like when I tell you networking is as important as everybody advertises it to be.
It's a lot easier than people make it seem too.
Yeah, and the fact that, for example, a better way to describe it, say there's a bad bitch and she knows she's bad, everybody knows she's bad, and you just assume just because she's a bad bitch, everybody's trying to get with her, everybody's trying to talk to her, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, nobody's trying to talk to her. Nobody's trying to get with her because they're scared. They're intimidated. They don't think that it's a real shot. So they don't actually put the effort in to do it. I've had so many situations where that's happened, and they were like, it's funny. I don't even get this attention that people think I get. I don't get this, blah, blah, blah. Like, sure, the DMs and stuff because people feel safe.
She used to sit by herself at the lunch table, but she was bad. I mean, she was like Argentina or some shit, like Argentinian. She was bad.
Fact check that.
All right. Nobody would talk to her. Nobody. The girl that I was dating at the time, like, got to know her and shit and followed her on IG. A year after we graduated high school, this girl's dating DJ Academics.
That's not a flex.
My whole point is niggas be scared to talk, but it's like if DJ Academics could get her,
niggas.
Then I could have.
There's a difference between
me and anybody that was afraid to talk to her, even on like a platonic friend level.
What did Yachty say? Don't go for or stay with the bitch that you're with now because she loves you for who you are. The industry is a dark world. Don't go. Okay, so background to that. I messaged the A Safe Place podcast with the questions. The questions that they ask. If you're in tune with that podcast, you'll know what I'm talking about. They answer 3 questions at the end of each episode, no matter who the guest is. And I was just sitting one day. I was like, you know what? Let me fuck around and message them to see if this is real. Because some of the questions are so outlandish that I just assumed the production or whoever would send them the questions just to ask for the comedic value. So I just typed one out one day, screenshot it, and then sent it in just to see if it worked. And then I'm sitting there watching the pod, and I hear him start the question. I was like, wait. And then he finished the question. I was like, that's my question. Like, this nigga's really just answered my question. I thought it was funny. But my question was,
hey guys, I'm going to be famous soon. Heard that before. Yeah. But first off, hold on. Were you a person were you saying yeah, I'm going to get famous one day? Was that you?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't me either. But I knew it in my head. I never said it though. Anyways, I was never that. You're going to see me the type of person. My question is, when I do get famous, do I leave my non-famous girlfriend or do I get like an unlimited hall pass to whoever and stay with her anyway? Because of fame and whatnot. Let me know, because this is important. First off, brother, this is a question you ask your girlfriend, not us. We're not sleeping with you. You should ask her. My opinion, I'll go first. My opinion is that you should 110% keep that girlfriend who knew you before the fame, because this is a dark world, brother. Stay with her. She's been with you and she loves the real you. I think if you want to go cheat and be Mitch, then I think that you should have that open conversation with her. And I think my advice is at least take care of her. I'm not saying this is right, but if you gonna do what you do, make sure she is happy and lives a good life and that she's not struggling. She has to benefit somehow.
I agree.
Well, I agree with you. You should definitely stick with her, like the girl that you've been with. But you're only going to be able to avoid BBLs for so long. Like, you got to be realistic with yourself. So you on a timer. But I mean, you could keep her for as long as.
How many BBLs have you had?
That first BBL you run into, that's going to be your real test, bro. That first one.
She asked you how many have you had?
Softer, bigger, huh?
It was just more for just to see if they would actually answer. I made it in a way that it was, I guess, eye-catching type of question and stuff. But for them to actually answer it in the way that they answered, he was like, stick with the ones that are original because the industry is a dark place. People will use you for the platform. So to your story, the platform is probably what got him that shot. People with that platform have more confidence, no matter if they're attractive, appealing, or what. With that platform, they feel superior to the pedestrians of the world, the commoners, if you will. So I've been around enough people of stature, people of higher, to see how they carry themselves. They genuinely believe they're above because that's the pedestal we put them on. And that shit, you could tell the genuine ones and you can tell the ones that aren't. Like the La Russells of the world are genuine because they still are for the people. They are the people still. And then you
Yeah.
see I'm not going to name drop anybody that thinks they're better than anybody, but you know the difference.
If I was in a position to be able to do whatever the fuck I want, it's just gonna be the shit that I already like doing on crack. Pretty much. Record shopping. I would be going to other countries and getting crazy shit and working with that. Nothing would really change about my music setup other than the mic that I'm using for real. So it's just kind of like, I don't know.
Do you think that people are trying to catch audiences' attention using their craft, or do you think they're sharing their craft hoping that people that share the same values or same whatever that caught their attention? Like, what is your purpose, or how are you going about it? Like,
Before, I was just looking for like-minded people that I could like work with. I wasn't using the internet to promote myself. I was using it to look for people that I could potentially work with and collaborate with. So now it's turning into visually trying to get across what the music sounds like. I think that's the best way to get like your content to make sense to people. If the shit is like contrasting in a bad way, it's just gonna look bad.
that's fair.
Making sure the quality of everything is good, the fucking color grading and all that shit, everything is like what I want it to be, you know?
I guess it started from, so I have a boxing history, so I think the feeling of like when you're in the ring and you know everyone's watching you, but it's just you and the other person, but in a sense it's just you and you in there type shit, like that's always been a common thing.
Yeah.
I think I brought that into the real world. Like, I'm just doing what I'm doing knowing that everybody's watching, so I'm not changing what I'm doing, because no matter, like, when you get to the point of gassed in the ring, like, you can't keep the same composure that you had when you first got in there. You can't see. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking how you do anything is how you do everything. I'm applying that mentality, that mindset to how I'm doing music. So like if I'm doing this music behind scenes, behind closed doors, all that shit, it's just now there's a lens on what I'm doing versus making music for the people. I'm making the music and then the people are seeing in real time the type of music I'm making.
I guess we haven't had to think too much about, like, everything has been so natural that like every time you play something for somebody and how people speak about us is just kind of like,
Let's talk on that. I don't like how cut, clean, dry their responses are. Like, I love when I'm not necessarily
I'm okay
looking for
with you
negative.
liking it if you can tell me what you like
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
okay. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm okay with. Like, I'm not necessarily searching for the negative response. I'm
Yeah.
searching for, okay, you like it, but why?
Why
What
do you
about
like it?
And
Yeah.
they'll be like, I'm not a creative. I don't know. I just like how it sounds. Okay, but
like,
because then it feels biased. It
if
feels
you
like
listen to
like
your
it
favorite
because of-
artist, you know what you like about them.
Exactly. That's what. Oh my god.
You can tell us what you like about us.
Like,
It's fine.
and if you don't, tell me what. Tell
exactly,
Me what's
and if,
missing.
they,
like,
and
I'm
if
not
you don't
gonna
like
say,
it, then yeah, don't tell us that you do.
I'm not gonna say.
Simple.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to everything you just said because of. But your opinion clearly has some effect on my creativity. If I ask, okay, I'm a very.
From the perspective of a listener, someone who doesn't make music, it's hard to hear music differently when you're making it all the time.
Yeah, because now making music, I hear the background vocals when my favorite artist is singing. I hear the difference in takes and everything. Like, I pick up on those things that the common listener that doesn't know. It's like when you're a film director. When you make movies, you know what it's like to set up. You know what it's like to cut and when
You're looking
everybody's
at
quiet
like,
and
oh, how they set up the shot and all
Yeah.
that shit, and how they frame it. You're not necessarily looking at the movie for just like, oh, I'm watching this movie and I'm just following the story. You could be looking at, like, when I watch movies, I'm like, damn, that was a crazy shot. And I'm just like, I love movies because of how visually impressive they've like turned out to be as time has like progressed, and even like the old movies and like how creative they had to be with what they, shit they didn't have. That's what we're doing with music, even with sampling, taking shit, reference points, and then turning it into like our own, putting our own twist on it.
What do you have coming up?
I've been working on my solo music. I have a song called Main Squeeze that's going to be dropping probably in the next month.
Don't say
So,
probably
in
leaves
August.
room
It's
for-
going to drop in August. I have a
Probably
song called
leaves-
Main Squeeze. It's going to drop the first week of August after I turn 26.
Water just dropped.
Go stream Water.
Next song we have coming up is Don't Tell Me You Love Me, because I don't want to hear that shit.
We have our AM project.
Let's set a deadline for AM. I'm sweating. August 16th, AM, first EP, all streaming platforms. Until then.
Can you love me? Can you love me like you? I'm Bentley's, we do not coexist. I've been on label nonsense, left. I was chasing waterfalls and shit. Bring that pressure out to Paris, putting lots up on a bridge. It's November, I'm so careless, shorty off the wall for dick.
Send a message to all her friends to bring that alcohol and sip it. Hey, we should go shopping in Paris. Fashion week spending it careless. Hotel, let's fuck on the terrace. Hey, let's get a crib on the lake. How many shots can you take? I pay for that ass we can shake. Yeah, leave your man, let's go to Japan. Boats and hoes all part of the plan. No locked doors, we letting them in. Bitch so bad, she a 10 out of 10. Do more than just pay for your nails. Birkin bag, she want Gucci Chanel. New York, die chop cheese and oxtail.
Tuesday.